Welcome to What Not to Do, the podcast where we dive deep into leadership journeys, not just to celebrate successes, but to learn from challenges, missteps, and the unexpected. Today, I'm thrilled to have a very special guest, Ingmar Høgøy, founder and CEO at Green Tech Innovators, joining us. With over 31 years of experience leading teams and organizations, Ingmar has seen it all: ups, downs, and everything in between. We are here to discuss the questions that are simple yet tough and gain insights that only decades of experience can provide. So, Ingmar, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for introducing me, and thank you for inviting me.
Yes, Ingmar. So, as we begin, leaders, before they start anything, or anyone or everyone before they start anything, there's a thought. And likewise, leadership, before a thought, there are doubts. So, how do you personally handle that nagging thought of I might not succeed? And what would you say to someone who's grappling with the fear of failure?
Yes, when you are innovating, you are entering unknown landscape. You may see the polar star in the dark or vision of the company leading you to the right direction, but you don't see the underwater rocks on your way before you bump into one. Being in doubt if your decision is right is an important part of the innovation process, and I think we must live with that doubt. And you don't know if your decision is right before it's too late. And in dangerous water, it may be wise to slow down. So you when hit the rock, you get a bump, but you don't get shipwrecked. And for an innovator, learning by doing and learning by failing is your education. I used to say, if you don't do mistakes, you do too little.
Right. Oh my God, that's a very strong statement, Igmar.
Yes,
I think
thank you.
learning by doing is something which most of the people fail. Most of the people just fail by the thought that I might not do it before they even try.
Mm.
So that's a really good point. So moving on to the next question, I think there's always a tension which leaders face between what's going on with your gut and there's a strategy, there's a well planned strategy out there. So in your experience, how do you strike that balance between instinct one, because most of the times instinct and planning don't go hand in hand. Your instinct says something different while the thing that you've planned out is something different. So how do you like practice that balance, especially while making big decisions?
Yeah, I believe it was the boxer champion Muhammad Ali who said something like, you have a plan until you are hit in the head and knocked out. And for a founder, this means you have a plan until something unexpected happens or you get added information or experience. I think people that are known to have instinctual decisions just can make a new strategic plan fast if a new situation comes up. And experience, knowledge, and personality are key factors when you make so-called instinctual decisions.
Nice. Yes, I really like that reference of your book, and I think I'll really take into consideration to read that if I get a chance.
Yeah.
So, looking like to the extensive 3+ decades of your career, there might be one mistake you feel you could have avoided. It's a 3 decade long. And more importantly, I would like to know that if you could have avoided it, and if that mistake has happened already, how did you like bounce back from it?
Yes, well, I've had many avoidable mistakes, but I used to say that if I don't do them, I would not have the experience it gave me. That's
Right.
my statement, and how I think when it's has done, I've done it. And for a founder, it may be an important lesson to learn that in a dialogue with investors, for example,
Mhm.
some of them speak another language, and this may lead to misunderstandings and different views. And when I'm punched in my head, like Muhammad Ali described it, I may get depressed because of a mistake or something negative happens. And I recover from it with a picture in my head and say to myself, it's okay to be depressed for a day and mentally go down in the cellar, as we say, but remember to bring up a bottle of wine from the new wine cellar. With this picture in my head, I'm recovered and ready for next challenge.
Oh my God. This is really something that people should incorporate in their life. I think if you've taken that one day out, you have synced in whatever mistake you have done, then next day should be now you need to work. Now you
Yeah.
need to rework. Now you need to keep moving. Very
Mm.
affirmative, really very
Mm.
affirmative. So speaking about the business landscape, the market is ever evolving.
Mm.
Uh, but still, businesses often face resistance to business practices that are ongoing. In this process, leaders are often caught between driving innovation and just staying afloat in the market. So,
Mm.
from your perspective, what should come first for a leader? Pushing for innovation or focusing on just sustaining the business?
Well, as an innovator, it must be innovation. No surprise in that.
Right,
But
right, right.
of course, to survive as a company, it is of course important to balance this. If you spend too much money on innovation, there is a risk of a sudden death. But if you don't innovate, there will be a certain death. So innovation is important, but of course you have to balance it to survive.
Right. Right. I think there's this, very thin line when it comes to, innovation and sustaining. So innovation to what level? And I think innovation for me personally should come right after your sustenance level is done. So you know that now this is a fixture, you can sustain in the market. Let's start, stepping up with different kinds of innovations altogether.
Yeah.
So lastly, the key to this conversation, the exact title of our podcast series, which is what not to do. So what do you
Mm.
think leaders should absolutely avoid in today's business landscape? What are some, common traps or mistakes that they need to watch, and what they shouldn't be doing? Your advice to leaders, what they should not do.
Yeah. So some leaders are blended by the power of the position that the leadership give them. And in my opinion, a leader must avoid being selfish and put themselves in the center of the world. I mean, a leader in a company or a politician must be honored that they can serve the society, the company, and the people in the position so they are lucky enough to have. And doing something meaningful and know that you are contributing to solving problems must be a valuable salary by the end of the day. So that's
Right.
my meaning of what leaders should not do, not be
Right.
selfish.
Right. Not be selfish. Absolutely. I think the leaders who are actually very down to earth among the people make huge impacts within the teams as well as outside externally. So yeah,
Yeah,
thank you so much, Igmar. Your insights were incredibly valuable, especially the
yeah,
Muhammad Ali reference that you gave us during the conversation. It was definitely a value addition for me, and I'm sure that will also be for the listeners.
yeah,
So it was a pleasure to hear your candid thoughts on leadership and the challenges you have faced and how you have navigated them. So I truly appreciate your time, and thank you
yeah.
so much and look forward to connecting again.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to join and share my experience. Thank you very much.